knows to reference it and stuff.
Like and subscribe.
Exactly.
If you want to see more of him,
no,
like and subscribe.
Then nobody will like and subscribe. Nobody wants to see more of me. All right. Welcome to Cars Unfiltered podcast, vodcast, whatever it is today. We're all together. We should have done this before in the holidays. Like, oh, we're all together.
The holidays.
No, okay, yeah.
New Year.
Okay, yeah. The family thing. Okay, so we're all here together today in order to try out an experiment by videotaping a podcast. Normally we do it all online with technology and wizardry and voodoo, but
today I spent hard-earned money.
A lot of hard-earned money, actually.
because my truck's dying a very swift death.
Yeah.
And is getting single-digit gas mileage. And I came up to Owasso to be with you guys so we could record this.
And Mike lives 90 miles away, so you can do the math.
Yeah, it's like 10 gallons-ish plus. Like 12.
Yeah, 250 a gallon.
Yeah.
Yep.
256.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or 289 in Detroit, maybe.
No, it's like Detroit's cheap.
Oh.
I don't buy my gas in the suburbs. I buy my gas in
right.
Detroit where it's cheap.
It's kind of interesting that suburb gas is so much more.
I mean,
it's like 20 cents, 10 to 20 cents difference.
I mean, the supply and demand.
Yes. Or maybe they just give the crappy gas to the Detroit people. I mean, I don't want to start any rumors, but
Could also be cheaper taxes on fuel, in particular in Detroit, in the city of Detroit versus.
So you're saying my HOA fee doesn't cover the taxes on the gas? What are you saying? Oh, sorry, I'm trying to be.
So anyway, not about the gas.
Tangent.
So we're going to talk about some things today. I'm going to talk about a little bit about our plans for this year, what we're trying to do. Adam, you have a topic. I'll let you.
Electric UTVs. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk about the new car market and used car market.
Because it was single.
Because of my truck.
Current situation.
Because of my single digit.
Which by the way, Mike coming here today, I hadn't listened to your truck run recently, but it sounds like a heavily canned V8, but it's actually a 4.2 liter V6.
Yeah,
so
with a severe exhaust leak and probably
it
a
sounds
misfire.
good, but it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Yeah. Oh, and we have an Alcan update. Can't forget. Sure.
Yeah, I got those parts in the back of the truck.
Hopefully we should have one of those every week, right?
Yeah,
we should.
Yep.
That's what we're going for. The holidays are over.
Well, actually, there's a video that should be out by the time that this is posted that shows Mike and I heating up and beating on the front axle for the 35. A lot of that footage is actually not in the video because it gets very tedious and repetitive.
Yeah, but there is some time-lapse footage.
It's true, but the point is, all that video and all that time we spent doing that, we didn't actually get the thing out of the axle.
Yeah, that's true.
So I actually ended up bringing the axle back home, and we took it to a machine shop, Sync Tooling in Henderson, Michigan here, and they were kind enough to help us out. They like what we're doing.
Yeah, and what did you end up doing? How did you get those bolts out?
So
Let's start with the Alcan update at the top.
yeah, okay, what are they talking about? Yeah. So we're really structured and organized.
Very. The new year, new us.
It's true, yes. So we ended up putting it on a Bridgeport, which is I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of a very fancy drill press.
It's 1950s machining technology.
Bridgeports
haven't changed since the easily 50s.
It works great, but it's like a really fancy drill press that can kind of go at multiple angles and stuff. But the axle and the shape that it is and the vise that we had and everything was really awkward. And we weren't able to actually, I didn't tell you this yet. I don't know if I should tell you the whole
Let's hear it.
Okay.
Nothing would surprise me.
We pretty much eyeballed. We had to drill out these pins in the axle, and we straight up eyeballed that.
Yeah, but your old man has a pretty straight eyeball from what I gathered looking at that thing.
He only has one, but yes.
Yeah, well, it's wide straight.
That might have helped actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, we straight up eyeballed it and drilled it out, and
It came out pretty well.
It did actually. We were very happy when it came out the other side and it hadn't chewed into any of the cast metal.
Yeah, it's always good.
That was.
It's actually not cast; it's forged.
Or sorry, yes, forged. We were pretty happy.
So I can repair it if you would have messed it up.
Well, that's actually very good. That's good.
But thank you for not messing it up.
Yeah, it looks pretty good to me so far. I mean, you have new pins that go in there.
I did. Yeah, I ordered new pins already, and they showed up at the house. So once I get that off to the powder, I got to do some cleanup. Yeah. But once I get that cleaned up and off to the sandblaster powder coater, it can be reassembled and should be ready to go.
Speaking of sandblast and powder coating, you have wheels there right now.
Yeah. So to continue with the Alcan update, I bought three new to me, wire wheels for the truck, and along with the 3 fairly good condition ones that I already had, and the 4th one that's pretty bad. That still needs a little more repair.
Wire wheels, like those things you use to knock rust off with a thing?
No, wire wheels like wire spoke wheels, like a bike, but they're welded.
I see.
They're not.
So we're taking bicycle wheels on the Alcan?
Kind of.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry. I'm being difficult, but I am concerned.
But anyway, so there's 6 of those now that are off at the powder coater to sandblast it in powder coated gloss black, your favorite color.
Yes.
As well as the torque tube and both rear radius rods. They're there. They're going to get cleaned up, and those are going to be powder coated maroon.
Ooh,
Yeah.
actually.
So I'm probably going to do the Columbia and all the running gear and all that kind of stuff maroon.
Yeah. I don't want to do a talk about the color of the truck yet because I think we should do like a reveal.
Yeah, we don't really know what that is yet, but I got a direction I'm headed.
Yep, and I think it should be our big reveal because I think based on what you're talking about so far and the upholstery stuff that we're talking about,
I think it's going to go real well.
I think it's going to be awesome.
I do.
Yeah.
So that's the Alcan update, at the top of the show.
Yep, and I think videos are going to increase, hopefully in frequency.
As it gets warmer, hopefully.
Yes.
And
truly.
so look out for videos on Scared Charlie Garage YouTube channel.
Yep, which we'll be linking.
Which we'll link to in show notes. And we're gonna move a lot of our techie / Alcan type updates, project type stuff to that channel, and we're gonna try and keep these type of videos and like auto show videos and things like that on the Cars Unfiltered page, along with you can still go to the Cars Unfiltered website for links to everything with podcasts, videos, and we're gonna try and get the articles back up and running so that I'm blogging a little bit more as well.
Yeah, we kind of had a hiatus with the holidays.
Yeah.
Also, I think we're going to the auto show, right, at some
Yes.
point here. So we'll go be talking about, there may be some interesting commentary as there usually is, and I'm going to do my infamous Corvette enthusiast test. Which
Tom, what is your Corvette enthusiast test?
I think I'll save it. I think I'll show.
Okay.
Mike knows what it is. He's asking that. He knows exactly what it is. I don't know. Do you know what it is?
I don't, but I can probably guess.
Okay. So actually, if anybody can guess, leave a comment. Comment. Although there's people that may watch this that know me and may know about this, but
They might be
which is
wrong.
fine.
Those
They might be wrong.
They might be
Yeah.
wrong.
Well, yeah, but definitely take a guess.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to the auto show, seeing what is new there.
When I first went to the auto show, which was years ago. Like,
Do you remember the first time we went to the auto show
Yes.
in Detroit?
And that was pretty good.
When was
right?
that?
Yeah, that was
2000.
that would have been like 2010 or 2009. It was
Yeah.
before I came to Detroit.
Yep.
And the downtown was not what it is today.
Yeah.
But anyways, it left an impression. Obviously, now I go there every year. I live there.
Yeah.
So I used to go to the auto show. I have 3 younger brothers. My dad would take all 4 of us, and we would go. And probably since like 2005 or so,
Okay.
we went every single year.
That's
we
a
did
lot.
that. We did that until I moved to Texas, and so yeah, now
We should do it again. Start it again.
yeah. You know, I love going to the auto show just for that, right? One thing I went last year, and I missed. They had like no exotics there.
Yeah, there was.
It's not just last year.
No,
It's
the year
been
before
like
as
the
well.
last 3 or 4 years.
So that was a period when I was in Texas, but yeah, I mean I loved going there. You get to see the Lamborghinis, you get to see the Ferrari booth, you get to all that cool stuff. And I went, and I think they had Jaguars was the only thing there.
Well, interestingly, somebody that shows up is Morgan. Consistently shows up
That's
as a
true.
Detroit Auto Show.
Yeah, and Tesla, actually.
Yeah,
Although, I mean,
Tesla's
they're
not really
trying to
exotic these days.
Well,
but
they're trying to be all like because they won't, they can't sell here,
yeah.
so they're trying to,
Yeah.
which I understand, but
CES has kind of taken the place of a lot of the
well, and actually,
exotic type stuff, I think.
oh my gosh, I'm having a brain collapse here. The other big Geneva.
Oh yeah.
So like a lot of stuff used to get launched in Detroit, and now it doesn't get launched in Detroit. It gets launched in Geneva,
Shanghai. Shanghai's big.
Shanghai. Which one did you say?
New York.
Yep, New York. I think there's an LA one and a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like 1 or 2 things.
Yeah, LA's grown quite a bit.
Yeah, and like Detroit, which is Ford, is always the one with the big show there, right?
Yeah,
The Lincoln booth last year was off the. That was awesome.
Okay, here's something me and Mike are frustrated about the auto show, and we're like going off here really bit. You remember we went there a couple of years, last year, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? There was all these private booths, right?
Yep.
There's a Lincoln private thing that's gated off, and they're like,
Yeah,
hey,
my
you
buddy
can't-
was working there.
You can't get in. I'm like, why? You have to be invited. By who? I can't tell you. You gotta be on the list. You see that commercial? Like, oh, you gotta be on the list. Gotta be on the list. Gotta be on the list. What list? How do I get on the list? Gotta be on the list. And yeah. That's frustrating to me. And this Lincoln.
You're frustrated because you can't get in.
How do I get on the list?
Oh, because you can't get on the list.
I am apparently not elitist enough to get on Lincoln's list.
No, it's not that you're not elitist enough. It's that you're not elite enough.
Yes. I spell
In that they don't care enough about you, Tom.
I spell elite L337, or 1337. So, yeah, apparently I'm not their target market. But here's what that was fine.
The
That was
thing is, you should be their target market, though. And we've gone off on this many times.
But here's the thing, that was frustrating, but it's Lincoln. And they're trying to create exclusivity, I understand, I appreciate that.
But the cars are still $50,000.
Here's what bugged me more though. I also couldn't get into the Kia one. Okay? And I got the same rundown for that.
But that's because of the Kia Genesis line, which is their upscale line.
No, the Genesis line, like.
Oh, yeah,
there's no Kia Genesis.
Yeah,
that's
right.
not a thing.
Yeah.
We don't acknowledge them as a country, as a brand.
Just like Lincoln doesn't acknowledge Ford as being the parent company.
Right. We are our own thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You know what? This year we'll wander in.
I think the goal this year is to get into those things regardless. Okay? There's 3 of us. One of us can create a diversion. The other person can jump the chain and we're good.
Just wear a suit. You'll
We
get
should.
in. Just wear a suit, you get in.
We should, yes. I'm not on the list. I was told I was on the list.
Check your list again.
Yes, check your list.
That guy, that's my name right there.
There we go, yeah. Okay, so that's the goal.
No, let's get back on topic.
Yeah. So
How about your electric UTV?
Yes, talk about because these are really cool.
So I'm wondering if maybe has anybody seen a list of who's going to be at the auto show?
No, I haven't. I have not.
I hope that there's.
I know Ford and GM are going to be there.
I hope. That's the thing. I can only hope that one of them reveals things. There was a Ford GT a couple years ago, which was cool. The GT350, the Raptor, all that stuff, right, was revealed.
I would be on the lookout. Speaking of Ford, because we're all Ford fanboys here. I'd probably be on the lookout for a Ranger Raptor reveal. Would be my guess from Ford. That's probably going to be the
Bronco.
Maybe Bronco. It's about that time.
I would love to see that.
I think it's supposed to be out in 2018.
Now it's 2018, Mike.
Yeah,
Yeah, but there's supposed to be a 2018 model for the Bronco, isn't there? Or is it 2019?
I thought it was 2020, but.
Oh, is it 2020? Then probably next year if it's 2020.
Okay. Yeah.
They may have a teaser though. They may have an actual concept.
I hope they do, and not to Ford stuff, whatever. But I hope that they actually reveal the Corvette, the new ZR1,
the mid-engine.
Yeah, the mid-engine Corvette. I think Chevrolet needs to.
Yeah, they need some hype.
They need to do something.
I hope it looks better than the mules I've seen.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
I'm not a fan. It looks.
Yeah.
Just looks like they took it in a stretch.
Can you get takeoffs with that camouflage?
Tom, let's talk about that.
Sorry,
we'll
okay,
talk.
okay.
That's
So,
we're enough off topic.
Okay, yeah. So UTV.
Yeah. Nikola is an electric car company, apparently. I hadn't really heard of them before. But
Not associated with Tesla.
No.
Yeah. It's really funny though. Nikola. They announced the NZT, which is basically a 4-person UTV, like a Polaris Razor or something like that. All those fun off-road things that are always a blast. It's supposed to be 90 to 150 miles of range, and that's off-road, which Mike and I were talking about before the podcast. That's impressive.
Yeah, that's a lot.
If you can run that thing on trails for 90 miles,
That's a long day.
It's a lot. Yeah,
most
it's a lot of
people are
driving.
not going to do 90 miles in a day, right?
Yeah.
At least
they
up
could,
here.
but it's
Maybe out west you might
Yeah.
do more of that, but up here, running that on Forest Service trails and stuff, and it looks amazing. It really does. It's very cool.
very low center of gravity.
Well, something that Adam told me before the
3-foot.
show is that it's one of the only UTVs, or it is the only UTV, I guess, that could be completely submerged underwater because everything's sealed.
Yep.
Everything is sealed. You could theoretically ride it underwater with scuba gear.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That would be insane.
But it's 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, right? Long travel suspension, and it looks like, looking at Nikola's website, it looks like they're going to be coming out with jet skis.
Whoa.
Which
Electric jet skis.
electric jet skis.
I don't know how I feel
I
about
was
that.
just gonna say,
I've had a battery fall in the water before.
that's what I want. I want
The NZT is a 400 volt system, so
that's what I want. I want 400 volts right there. In the water.
Well, they can either do good things or bad things for you, depending where you're at.
I was slightly tingly. Yeah.
So
The girls love it. us in reading it.
Yeah, right? For sure. We're going to make that happen.
We were talking about electric cars in one of the other podcasts, and I think that it's just so interesting to see where this goes, right? Mm-hmm. So
it will be.
UTVs,
Yeah,
jet
it will be,
skis.
for sure.
I mean, we're seeing I've seen a few electric boats, on sites like Uncrated stuff. People are doing concepts for electric runabouts and stuff like that. I don't know. I just think it's really, really cool. I want to see an electric dirt bike.
Is it still
electric dirt bike?
Is it still running?
Yeah, so...
Okay, so Tom has to check this thing every so often because the camera overheats.
We have a Sony camera. What?
No, I didn't say anything.
We have a Sony camera. Yeah. Like, none of us are rich, so I have a fairly low-end, Sony it's an A5100, and if anybody has researched those at all, you notice that they have overheating problems.
But they have really good image quality.
It's true. For the money, bang for the buck, it's a nice camera. But, yeah, if there's, a weird cut or edit in here, it's because we have, a Sony A5100.
Yeah.
But they do that for, until you get to, the two multi-$1,000 cameras.
Well, that's why. That's
Yeah.
exactly why.
Yeah. Oh, it's built-in obsolescence?
Hey.
Like the iPhones?
Whatever you got to do.
What? Sorry.
We don't need that.
We can tag this with that, right?
We can, yeah, we'll tag it. Get in that. What Bitcoin, blockchain, we'll tag all those things.
Don't make me spit out my coffee. I enjoy my coffee. I don't want to spit it out.
Really fun podcast. We destroyed $3,000 worth of equipment. Mike sprayed coffee everywhere.
Oh, man.
No, I was going to say real quick before we move on to whatever we're moving on to next.
Yeah.
Which could be anything at this point.
Yeah.
I really want to see a electric four-wheeler, like a Polaris Sportsman type of deal.
Yeah.
No, Polaris.
For
That's
hunting, just not like a race quad or anything, but 4x4, especially if it's
A
waterproof.
utility quad, yeah.
Right, especially if it's waterproof.
For sure,
I can go through mud that is over the handlebars.
And I'm not a hunter, okay, but I feel like it'd be really useful to have a silent vehicle,
right?
To sneak up on the deer.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And shoot the deer from the
Well,
quad.
you can't do that. It's not legal. You have to get off.
We know we can't do that. Thomas,
Come on.
Oh, that's cars and trucks. You can't shoot.
Moving vehicle.
ATV's not.
I'm sure you'd have to
be-
dismount the
okay.
ATV.
It's a
You have to dismount.
vehicle.
But regardless.
Wait, what's the difference from shooting a deer from a not moving ATV versus sitting a deer from a blind? If you raise the ATV up on the tree and shoot the deer from the ATV,
It would be illegal.
But if you shoot the deer from the same spot but
There's
in a shelf,
got to be a line somewhere, man.
Don't ask.
Alright.
Yeah.
Don't
But
ask.
you bring up a good point though. I mean, the silence, that would be awesome.
Very useful. Yeah, very
I
useful.
want to see one.
True.
Can't wait. Nikola,
Yeah, Nikola.
come on.
Yep.
Nikola, not Tesla.
Well, other thing, two things with that too is one, their price point I feel like is still really high, but I understand batteries cost money.
I mean, it's 28 grand.
That's
But
the
that's
base-
a whole lot.
that's the base
It's a
one.
lot for a
Did
UTV.
you price one out?
I did not build
So the 4-seater UTVs generally go for $22,000 to $27,000 now, right? But
Yes?
Yep, for gas ones. But if you get the higher up ones, of this, it goes up to $60,000-$70,000. Yeah. So to get the full range, the full tilt model, whereas a normal one you probably max out around $32,000.
That's a lot.
Yeah. But the other thing I like is they give you 33-inch tires off the bat, which is brilliant. Regular UTVs, it's like Baja tires.
That's good. Yeah, that's good
Yeah.
size.
Yeah, you're not running mini.
Yeah. So there's not a lot of upgrades you have to do to this after you get it. But I do wish that they had a little bit better price point. But
It'll
I
come
still
down.
think,
It'll all come down.
Speaking of price points,
right? Yes, we should carry on.
let's talk about trucks. Particularly so, I need to replace my truck. And
The
so,
one that sounds, it's a V6, but sounds like a canned out V8
yeah, the one that is single-digit fuel economy and
on the highway.
on the highway won't maintain speed.
Doesn't
above
have enough power to
65.
go into overdrive.
Yeah, pretty
Right,
much.
that one.
So yeah, that one. So I've been looking for a used truck,
Yep.
right? Because we're not making money. I'm not making money. I don't want to buy a new one. I hate depreciation. There's a lot of reasons.
Right.
I want a manual. All sorts of things. But
Those
anyways,
don't exist today
yeah, I know.
in newer trucks.
So point is, I need a truck,
Yeah.
right? And as you found out today,
Yep.
while doing a search on
Auto-
AutoTrader,
Sure, we'll give them a commercial.
okay, sure, why not? They make enough money off us.
Yeah.
Click through. But anyway, so Tom did a search today off of, what did you search, Tom?
Any distance, okay? So people, I'm probably most people are familiar with Auto Trader lingo here.
But if they're not,
But I searched any distance, so that's any like their whole database, and I did trucks. I believe it was 2005 or newer, 4-wheel drive, and under $6,000.
with a V8. No, you didn't. You left off the V8.
Well, starting out because I was gonna do the only thing that was available in there so the 6 cylinders, there were no 4-wheel drive ones. Okay. Oh no, I clicked manual first.
Oh yeah, manual was the first.
Yep, and the
every
only
time I
manuals,
two.
the only manuals that were available were the V6s.
Yeah.
And there was no 4-wheel drive. There was no manual 4-wheel drive V6s under $6,000 from 2005 onward, apparently.
Okay, I'm cheap.
I mean,
$6,000.
but that could be your problem, right? I mean, looking at 2005 and newer, trucks hold their value pretty
True.
well. I mean,
It's true, but still, when you open it up to without manual,
Yeah.
V6
auto.
or V8,
Yep.
auto.
Well, V8, I went or 4-wheel drive, V8, and then auto, basically.
Were you still 2005 and newer?
Yep.
Okay, still
So
2005 and newer.
$6,000.
But realistically, that's kind of what people would be looking for if they were looking for a used vehicle, right? It's 2005 and newer. Most people aren't looking for something older.
My dad just sold his truck. He had a 2005 4-wheel drive, auto, had 120,000 miles
This is
on
what,
it.
6 months ago?
Yeah, actually probably closer to 8 now. But he sold that for like $5,000, 4 or $5,000, 45, whatever. Okay.
So in theory, we were thinking that these are out there.
Yeah.
We should be able to find.
Yep.
Returned what, 79?
79 results, and only 2 of those 79 had under 200,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the point being, what this tells me anyways, is that the prices are high because the demand is high, right? So price, supply and demand, etc. But also, it tells me, as an amateur economist that went to school for this kind of stuff, the current supply of used vehicles is very low, which supports the fact that this past year, 2017, new vehicle sales in the United States were again above or close to 17 million vehicles from all manufacturers. Okay, which is a historically high number, right? Most people within the last 10 years would have said 16 million is a really good number. So to hit 17 million vehicle sales is a really good thing from an auto manufacturer's perspective.
Yeah.
And what that tells me is that there's pent-up demand because many people are in the same situation that I'm in, where you've got a vehicle that's 15, 20 years old, it's on its last legs, right? You have to get something, and there's no used vehicles out there, so you wind up buying something new and putting on an 84-month payment,
right,
which gives you subprime auto loans,
right,
and that's how people are starting to do this thing, right? And then they wind up underwater on their vehicle in the
Instantly.
basically
buy
instantly.
something like up to 2 or 3 years old, your depreciation hits so far that you're underwater immediately.
And on top of that, right, you have
And actually, me and Mike, the thing about this whole thing is that me and Mike are very much have deep hatred for
depreciation.
Yeah. Yes, that's the thing. Yeah.
This is why I bought a $2,000 truck in the first place. I figured it can't depreciate anymore.
Right.
Little did I know it depreciated to worthless. So
what impact, if any, do you guys think that like the whole Cash for Clunkers program has on that?
I think
Especially
that.
when you're
honestly, I don't think we're seeing it anymore. I think that's gone.
Well, I mean, that had a huge impact
At the time.
Yeah.
Right.
That was almost 10 years ago now, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But the
And I
plus
guess
side of
the
that,
trucks 2005 or newer, those wouldn't have been a part of that program, right?
They would have been pretty new with that.
Yeah, they would have been pretty new.
but I'll tell you what, if there was another Cash for Clunkers program right now, what was the
Nothing would show up.
Well,
There wouldn't be anything for people to bring.
my truck.
Yeah,
But the point is, right? Exactly. It was a
Okay.
minimum of what, like $3,000 that you got for your truck?
Yeah.
Or for your
something
vehicle,
like
I
that,
think?
2 or 3. Yeah.
That truck's not worth $3,000.
Right.
So if there was another incentive program like that right now, where you bring in your truck, you trade it in, and you get $3,000 towards whatever,
Oh, you'd be.
I'm doing it in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Yep.
Used car, new car. I mean, probably not a new car, but I think you could put it towards a used car as well.
But if you think about it, most stuff that's on the road driving around, like just so I've searched other vehicles and stuff too,
Sure.
like Fusions and different things. Like we are some of the cars, like there's still it's not as deep as it used to be, but there's still like used cars available that are like okay for $2,000, $3,000.
But like you say, it's not as deep a market.
Yeah.
There's less stuff out there right now
Yeah. So
for people to buy.
I don't know if there'd be that much stuff that shows up for the Cash for Clunkers,
True.
like as there was before.
Yeah, true.
But
So it's possible that did have a more significant impact than I realized.
Well, that could be why the used stuff is so expensive now.
Right.
You know.
Right. I mean, you're kind of missing a segment of the pool there, right? Whatever that the year gap was where those vehicles were eligible.
Yeah.
Right. There's way less of them in that particular field.
That could be why too you're seeing things like the '90s pickups and the '80s pickups.
That are at $6,000.
Yep.
Right.
Because there's may not be that many of those left.
Yeah, right.
It'd be interesting to see numbers on that.
Yeah. That's really cool. So if anybody has a good deal on a really nice, truck for,
I mean, it doesn't even have to be really nice.
I mean, if it's
5,000.
Honestly, if it's manual and V8
yeah,
and doesn't leak,
and 4-wheel drive.
Yep.
I'm willing to
No.
flex on 4-wheel drive.
Don't flex. He knows right
I
now.
have a 2-wheel drive truck.
We both had 2-wheel drive trucks, and we swore up and down we'd never get
Until
another.
I get in this situation again every time. And then I'm like, well,
Yeah.
maybe a 2-wheel drive truck would be so
No, because I know where they are and they're cheap. Because you know why they're always there available? Because nobody buys them. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's alright. All I need is something that'll last me until the Alcan truck's gone, and then I'm just going to tool around with that.
There you go.
Which is rear-wheel drive, but I'm going to buy chains for it.
There you go.
Because Alaska.
Yeah.
And we're going to need chains.
And because if your cop pulls you over for chains in Detroit, you'd be like, dude, it's a 35 Ford pickup.
Yeah, what do you want?
Cool. Well, do you guys have anything else?
That's it for me.
I think that's it. I think, let us know what you thought of the video, right?
Yeah.
Do you like the video? So I'm talking
Yeah.
people watching.
I'm watching you. but-
You're watching him watch them.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
if-
watching you watch him watch them.
I like doing it in person. Obviously, it's not going to be an every week thing just because of distance, but
I think we'd like to do it once a month or something. We're trying to do more content coming up. Hopefully a little more structured content. We'd like to try and just hone some of our skills.
yeah. And so, almost every week, feedback, right? You people watching, I know there's a few of you out there, but give us your feedback. We want to see what y'all like and what we can do better and focus on more. Cool.
All right. Well, thanks for watching and subscribe, share,
Like,
Instagram,
review on Apple Podcast.
carsunfiltered.com. Yeah, all the things.
All the
All the
things.
things.
All the things.
All
We'll
the
see
things.
y'all next week.
All right.
Did your camera overheat? Oh, well, that's alright then.
Sweet.